Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to my beautiful beaded journey. My name is Willow, and so we have some clay beads. We got dark yellow and hot pink, and then we have some of these little kind of like seashell creature things. And I thought we're going to try to mix some of these and see if we can make some bracelets with them. So let's, oh boy, these staples. Okay, so I just want to add some of these. I'm not going to add them all. Maybe too much. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see. And then I want some of these pink ones. Really like those hot pink. Now we're adding okay. Now let's see what's going to happen. So I've got my wire, I've got my needle threaded, and I threaded it, doubled it with stretchy cord, and I went through and I already pre-stretched the cord. Let's do that real fast again. So I've already pre-stretched it, and let's see how this is going to go. Oh, yep, there's me. Look at that mess. Even this out. Boy, I made a mess. Is that all of them? Nope, we got pink all over here. Okay, now let's see what we can do. Just hold it in there and turn. Okay, I see it picking up. Trick is not to let them fall back off. So those are going to slide on really easily. Okay. And I am using stretchy cord for this. Kind of like surprised myself too, but I thought I needed to give it a go. Oops, what did I do wrong? What if we done it my way? No, that's not going to work at all. So it is this way with these. I'll learn. Little by little, I'll learn. What I don't like is how they can come back off. That I don't. So I guess they're starting to really mix now. That's good. Okay. Well, that was a good deal. Now down here on the end, I tried to tie a bead. Okay. Maybe this might help. So if the bead comes out, that'll still be in place. Well, it looks like that's going to be kind of pretty. So you have to really spin this quick, fast or something. I think I might have too many beads in there. I'm not sure. But we're just going to do it together the best we can to get this filled up. So tell me in the comments, have you tried bead spinners before? You know, I am brand new to this. First time ever trying one, first time ever having one, first time learning about them. And yeah, I'm giving it a go. Thought I put one to need, thought I'd make some of these bracelets to put on part of the other door at the store. Things I had to realize is what you see as a vision of beauty, other people may not be so fast to or may not see it at all. But you know what? Let's just call it Prospect Place. You know, it has a lot of prospects, a lot of opportunities. But it's like I spent, all that time making those bracelets because I had a vision. And the bracelets, I don't think they're on this channel. I think the black ones are. But they're made with all kinds of radical beads. There's no set patterns. There's beads of all shapes and sizes that create these bracelets. And each of the bracelets was made with an intention, as I've said before. Well, I have about 100 of them hanging on my door, and I've sold a few, very few. Well, maybe a little better than that, maybe. But, when you're making them, you get the idea, you thought, oh, people's going to love these, they're going to go real fast. And then reality sets in. But then, it's like, you're kind of like reminded that everything has a season. And a season's going to come around or come back around. And so, yeah. So I'm learning, as I told you, I'm learning a lot on this journey, the same as everyone else. When they start doing a creative bead journey, now that is really pretty. That's really pretty. I can't believe these are made of clay. But that's what they call them, clay beads. I thought it was more like a silicone, but guess not. What am I doing wrong now? Because that one time it filled up really, really quick, and now it's like slow. But I'm going to tell you what, if you're wanting to get speed with clay beads, wow, it's kind of a challenge in itself. So I'll not take it all the way up here because I'm going to need tie-off spaces in between. And I think I got some glue in there that you put on when, and I'll have to get that when you go to make the knot and tie the bead. And I thought that's what I'll use, maybe these for. I don't know. We're just going to have to see. See exactly what we're going to do. I don't have any clue yet what I'm thinking. Okay, where's the needle? Needle, you need to pick up a little bit faster, a little bit better on what I'm doing with you. Not sure. I heard it's how you spin, how fast you spin, and how many beads you got in there. Well, we've got quite a bit of beads in there, I think. Really don't think we're going to need to add more beads. But I'm wondering if it's not my needle, if it hadn't gotten a little bent. So let's see. I don't know if that hooked it or not. Do I need to get a new needle? Let's find out. We got 2 that time. I'm going to switch. Oh, I can't. But the bend. The bend is not far off. It's right there. Maybe this one a little bit, but that's about it. Other than that, it's matching up with the other, so I'm not going to say it's the needle. So if it's not the needle and it's not the spinner, then it's the user. So I just need to practice some more. Okay, done a little better that time. That's where it's off. So hold it more. I thought I had it the first time. I don't know if this is going to be my favorite tool or not. Okay. So if you got any tips or tricks on using this thing or what I may be doing wrong, please give me the heads up. I'm not letting it touch the ground. Oh, maybe that was it. Maybe I was scraping the sides or something, because I was hearing like a scraping sound. So we'll try again. Okay. See. Well, it's filling up pretty quickly. I think I'm getting low on beads in there, and that might be the situation. If it is, I don't think I want to add more pink and yellow. Might add another color to the mix. Because it's just flipping them now. I don't know. I seen a spinner, someone who was spinning and had about the same of what I have in there. Lost all those. Okay, I don't think I want to add any more yellow. And it seems like enough, and I guess not. So I think I'm going to get another color. Hold on while I grab maybe some green. So I grabbed this green. Let's add some of this to it, see how this does. Lord have mercy, it don't want to come out there, does it? I hate the way they put those staples in there. Well, let's try that, see what we get. Okay, we got our needle. Let's give this a try. Oh, there it goes. Now it's picking up again. So maybe I didn't have enough beads in there. Problem solved. Well, that's a unique combination. You can get that army green, a little pink, and you'll mix up more. Well, that is an interesting combination. With them scissors, let me show you what we have here. Can you see this? It's kind of cool the way it's looking. And so you do have to keep a certain amount of beads in there, and you do have to spin it. And I think I went out of frame for a little bit because I need to keep the center about in the center of that. That lets me know that you guys can see it pretty decently. Okay, I think I need to end this here because I'm going to have to cut this off. So let's clip this. And let's put the spinner and the needle aside. True to a spinner. I've got little dots of beads everywhere. Okay. So now we want this to measure 7 inches. So I'm going to go over and get my bead board, and we're going to use that to measure it off on. Now I don't actually know. If I'm not going to glue this while I'm out here, as I'm not going to glue this while I'm out here, as my glue's in the house. I'm going to have to locate it. I just seen it, but I know if I go look for it, I'm not going to find it because I had not planned on doing this, at least not yet. So we want to go 7 inches, so we know from 3 to 3 is 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we want to go from here. So leave enough to tie. And I don't think I did on this one, so some may go back in. And we want to go to 7 to 7. Or maybe 6.5, I think. So go right to the 3. Yeah, that's where I'm going. And here on this end, see if I can even these up long enough. I want to sit this down right in the tray. I'll have to get some paper clips to hold these back shut. There. I think I'm going to put a yellow on here. What about a shell? Yeah, see, that will be big enough that it will hide the knot when I tie it off. So now I got to get both of these through there. Okay. I'm going to bring this around. Now I have a set of Hemis that's out here. And I can tie that right there. Give this a clip. And let's see if we can tie this off. Yeah, so it's over to the right. I made it a little bit too small. Then over the left. And then I'm not going to cut that off yet because I will put, would that go in there? I'll put a drop of glue on it and run that in there. So I do want to keep it at 7 inches. This one's a little small. I mean, it fits, but yeah, I don't want it that tight. So I want to keep it at 7 inches. Although if a child got this, it would fit. And so I think that's what it might be leaning towards. That is cute with that little shell. It says Florida, I'll tell you that much. So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going, and then I can just, is that not coming out? Whoa, that's the reason why you need the glue. Okay, so I'm not going to do that. I am going to get the glue on it first. Get in there. I think maybe I did that myself. Let's see. Okay. Let's see, it's right over left. And then it should come back left over right. Well, that didn't work either. Left over right didn't work. So I'm going to try this again. If I'm doing this wrong, help me out, y'all. Just help me out, y'all. Here we go. So, and now it should go back the other way. And that should create the square knot that holds it in. Okay, we got it. Now that should be a square knot. I'm going to put some glue on that to make sure it holds it, so I'm not going to mess with it anymore. Turn it one. I'm going to take it this way. Okay. I'm still going to put a drop of glue and put it inside of. But that does say Florida, does it not? Sure does. I just don't have the glue out here right now for that little bracelet, but we will. On to the next. So I think I do want to keep it, that's awful small. Do we want to keep it at 7 inches? Let's see. From there to there. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, so I'm going to wind up taking some of the pink off. I can see that. Well, I think I just did. So let's see where that came off to. Right there. So I even said I needed to leave space to be able to tie that off, and I didn't. But that's okay. So I'll just put those back in there. And let's measure this out again. Tell you, spin them's a lot more fun than making them, it seems like. They're so pretty, though. They are. They're bright. They're colorful. And if that doesn't scream Florida, I don't know what does. Here we go. All right. Try again. Right over left. Left over right. Oh, wait. I didn't put on can I still do that? Do I need to take some of these off for that? I think I'll take off about 4, maybe 5. 5. And what one are we putting on? Need these to stay straight, even. Okay, and we're putting on little pink starfish, maybe. I have that bead on the other end there. That's going to have to hold for a second because I need to take this on this end. Okay. Haha, not you. You weren't supposed to go in there. Give it back. Now we're going to try and get You know what? I don't having problems with this elastic. I'm having problems with the spinner. I just don't know if I don't know. I think I'm having an off day maybe. I'm not sure. But it seems like these are not wanting to go in there together. I was told to double my elastic. I was told not to double the elastic. Double it for the other beads. You don't have to double it for the clay beads. I am not sure. Okay. Now we're back to this. We got that on there. Let's I can tell you though, I'm not sure if I like those little beads on there. I mean, they're pretty, but you don't think it makes it look kind of funky, angled wrong? I don't know. Maybe it's me. I do like things that has a certain flow to it. Oops. Did I not tie this one long enough to? No. Turn it around. Is that going to? Yeah, it is. Okay. So do it this way. I think. Maybe. Yeah. I got it. And then this will slide in there. Okay, so I can glue that off. Okay, here's another one. But they are so cute. Those are absolutely adorable. Not my cup of tea, but definitely screams Florida. Okay, I'll put glue on these and tie off the rag ends. Right now I'm just trying to get some of these made. Trying to figure this out. I think I want to put, do I need it on there? Is that going to hold? Looks like that might hold. Okay. Take this down. I think that should do it because I want to leave room for this. So maybe two more can go on. Two. Okay. Now this is okay. Where's that squeezy thing? There it is. Okay, now I want to put this is another shell. See, first. Wait, that's what I did. I measured it off for this though, and this is wider than, see, it's wider. So I could have left a couple of other beads on there to keep it the same width. Who doesn't love a seahorse? We was at an old nasty flea market in Ohio, and I'm sorry, it was in Friendship, Indiana, and it was just, I don't think it was a flea market. I think it was like a pop-up flea market. Anyhow, they had I mean, it was dirty. The stuff the guy had set out was dirty. Not all the vendors, but his was dirty. And so we stopped in there. We stopped in there, you know, just to look around. And at his table, which I'm telling you now was dirty. Stuff was dirty, dusty. It was just dirty. And sitting down in this corrosion of junk and dirt and crud was this tiny skeleton of a seahorse. And I just looked at it sitting there, so far from the ocean, casted away and forgotten. And my heart broke. So I picked it out of there and I said, "How much?" He goes, "Oh, you can have it for a quarter." Well, I generously gave him a quarter. I was fine with that. And there was a few shells in there with it. So I just took the shells too, and then I gave him the rest of the quarter. Or I think I just gave him the whole dollar and said, I'm going to take these along with it. And he goes, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. No, you don't care. And good. And so what's going on there? Okay. So I don't like that. Work that elastic a little bit. There we go. So I did. I bought it. I bought those little bits of shells, and I brought it home. I don't know why it called to me, but it did. And I created like a little sea altar and put that on it. Now these beads back here are just going to have to come off because I'm right at my limit right there, and I want to be able to put on a shell. So right there. So I can finally untie you. Come on now. All right, I'll clip you then. We'll make up your mind. So I am, and I want to put, it's not even, but let me clip it to make it even. And yeah, I just took like over at the Dollar Tree, they had those glass candle holder trays, and I got one of those, and they have sand there. And I actually had some sand that was brought to me from the Bahamas, and I took it and spread it out on that tray, and I put those little shells in there, and I put that seahorse skeleton in there, and I put in the middle, I put just a little Volvatine, not Volvatine, but what are those called? Tea light. It's a tea light little candle holder, and I would burn tea light candle in there. Well, lo and behold, I'm telling you, it wasn't even, not even 2 months later, that we go to a flea market in Dansbury, Kentucky, I believe it was, and we come across a similar, way in the back, we come across a similar vendor, everything thrown on the ground, out of the back of his truck, throw it in boxes that had been wet and had dried in the sun and gotten wet from rain and dried in the sun, and everything full of crud. And looking down, I swear, I thought I seen this box before. And looking down in that corroded, rain, sun dried, cracked, nasty, corrugated box that now is black but used to be brown, sat a little skeleton of a seahorse with just a few shells. And I thought, there is no way. No way. So I picked it up, and I picked up the shells, and I'm looking for the vendor, and he comes around the side of this same old nasty looking truck. And I looked at him, and he says, you again. See, I didn't take enough off. He goes, you again. And I said, yeah, and look, it's you. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Looked like he was wearing the exact same clothes he was wearing that day 2 months earlier. He goes, oh, found another one, did you? And I said, yeah. He goes, yeah, I should have told you there was a couple in there. And I said, how much? He goes, oh, $3. I said, $3? I said, you told me a quarter before. He goes, yeah, but you come back for the other one, so I think I should get more. I wasn't going to argue with him. I said, I'll give you two for both of these and the shell. And there's a couple of things sitting on the table. And I said, and for these. He goes, oh, all right. So I said, because no one else is going to buy this. And he goes, what are you going to do with that? It's nothing but junk. I looked at him. I said, I'm going to bury it. He just, yeah, that wasn't nice, but he just, I don't know. His whole attitude, and, he could see that I don't know. I digress. Let's just say I digress. And yeah, I should eat my words. No, I shouldn't. You know, those may have only been skeletons, but at some point in time, those things were alive. So yeah, they were alive. So we've got our first 4 made. Look at that. Those are kind of cool. The one's kind of small, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. And I am interested in doing it again, but this time I'm not going to double the, and see what happens. So this is my testimony stage, I guess you could say. Whoa, did that break? It couldn't have broke. Or else I just didn't get it in there. And so I took that one home with those shells. Washed up the shells like I did the other ones. Dust off the little skeleton the best I could. Took it in there to my little tray. Moved out the candle. Moved out what was in there and straightened up the sand. And put the candle holder back in there. And then I laid the one I had bought the first time right back in its little position where I had it before, just off to the side. And then I laid the other one on this side. And it seemed like, I don't know, it seemed like there was that connection that this is where they were meant to be. They were meant to be there. They were meant to be together. They were in that old nasty box together. Who knows where they were from before. And I'm thinking, how did these skeletons of these little seahorses get here? How did it get here? Did someone have seahorses in an aquarium and they died? But these were like the exact same size. And then I had posted a picture of it with the candle lit because I had the candle holder. I had bought a new candle holder, and this one was about that big. And you know how small tea light is. And when you had the tea light lit in it, this, I'm not going to say it's carnival glass, but carnival glass effect. It was just really pretty. And it was in blues and purples, which matched the theme of, you know, the water, the sand, and the way that the sand and the theme there, the had a couple little stones and it had a few shells and it had those 2 skeletons in it of seahorses. And it was really pretty. So I showed it to somebody. I put it on Facebook, is what I did. And I explained a story about the seahorses. And I said, it seems like that they're together again at last, you know. I said, I know that's kind of crazy, but, you know, just what it feels like. And someone came back and said, I said, I wonder how they got so far, how they journeyed so far from the ocean to a box at 2 different, in a dirty and nasty box together, and then bought 2 months apart in 2 different states by the same person, you know, to be reunited. I said, you know, and I said, love finds its way, I guess. And someone came back and says, actually, they used to sell those for souvenirs, the skeleton, the seahorses. She said, when my kids was younger, they had bought some. And yeah, that just, you know, I don't know. For some reason, that hit me. That hit me, but that's the only thing that hit me. It hit me on the seahorses. Mind you, I've gone on vacation and I've bought alligator claws, you know. But are these alligators raised just to cut off their feet? Because they're not that big. And I've seen a full-size alligator claw. My hand does not even come into comparison. We went on a swamping tour when we was in Louisiana. And we seen that firsthand. And it was like, whoa. I mean, seriously, it was like, whoa. Wasn't expecting that. And I even have one that's a keychain, you know, and that didn't affect me. You know, that didn't affect me. And I throw bones, and I have white water buffalo bones in my set, which is supposed to be a very spiritual animal. But where I buy my white water buffalo bones, they say they're ethically sourced, that, you know, nothing is wasted, that um, every part of the animal is used for food. And I can only go on what I'm said. I can't say it's 100% fact. I'm just can repeat what I've been told and probably want to believe, because I don't really want to know the truth. I don't know. But and then I also have a rabbit's foot keychain, you know, and it's for good luck, but was it lucky for the rabbit? Now I do know where I got that from. It's not dyed or anything. It's natural. It's not just a natural foot. I do know where I got that from. And everyone loves bunnies. I love bunnies. But also, it was explained to me that the population of bunnies, which is can be considered like a rodent, has to be managed when it comes to farmlands, because they will destroy farms just like gophers and groundhogs. You know, so that makes sense too. It's still disturbing a little bit, I guess. Um, I know I've ate rabbit being over at on my uncle's farm. They went rabbit hunting, and I know I've ate rabbit. And I know that my cousins cut off the feet and kept them for keychains, wrapped leather around it. Now you can get them with the metal clamps on it, but they would wrap leather around it with some type of rubber cement or something. And we keep them as keychains and sometimes take them to the farmer markets. But all that was ethically sourced because it was food. And then I'll tell you one thing I'll never eat again, and that is turtle soup. I won't even eat mock turtle soup. I do not like it. And I know that they would get the certain type of turtles over in Indiana. I don't know. And they would, it was food. They would make, and now this is way back in the 70s when I was young. And they would make, see, it's starting to scrape again, so it's getting low on beads again. See how it's not wanting to pick up? But look, that's got a, looks like it's got a good amount of beads in there. Let's stir that up a little bit. And they would take the shells. You know, they ate every part. They would not eat every part. They didn't eat the bones, of course. But they would make turtle soup. You know, so it was food. And it was a certain type of turtle. It just wasn't any old turtle. And then they would my one cousin, God, she could paint like you wouldn't believe. And they would dry the shells, do something to purify the shells, and she would paint beautiful sceneries on the shells. And they would take them to the farmer market when they went, you know, because that's what they did. They were a working farm. They grew soybeans. I don't know. They grew soybeans for somebody. May even been the government. I don't know. But they grew soybeans, and they grew all kinds of vegetables and stuff that they sold locally down there. to the different markets, and then they canned food and stuff and fresh food and took it to the farmers market, chicken, summer sausages that they created, and jerkies and stuff. They would take them to the farmers markets. It was a different time back then than what it is now. And I remember going with them a few times. And bouquets of flowers. My aunt had the green thumb. She could grow almost any type. Now, you know, I think we're going to do. I think we're going to add a dark blue into this a little bit. And because if you don't have enough beads, we've discovered what it will do. So we may forever be creating unique bead mixes. Radical clay bead mix. Ah, like the sound of that too. But back to the original story, the seahorses. But I know I used that thing for a couple of years. I know I did. Maybe about longer than that. See, I would say that was around 2014, and I had it till um, so we moved here in 2021. So I'm going to say it was about 2020 when I started to redo some things. I mean, I would cleanse it and everything like that, but I had put it away. I had set up the whole tray with the sand and the seahorses and the candle holder and everything. I had set it up on top of a real tall shelf I had because, you know, you change. You want to try different things for a while. And I had used that one off and on for like 4 years or so. And then when I was going through and dusting and changing things up, and we was hesitating to move. Um, I brought it down and I picked up the seahorses because I thought I'd bring them with me. You know, I may not bring everything else with me, but I thought I'd at least bring them with me when we moved here. They just crumbled in my hand. And so I knew that journey had ended. And that was sad. When they literally just crumbled in my hand, that was sad. It gave me a feeling of sadness again. But I rectified it by saying they went on to a better place. You know, what else could I say? So I'm leaving this on. I'm not taking this off. I'm going to wrap some more. And I'll make them straight from this. Might get too long, so I might have to. But I will make sure I leave plenty of... And I'm getting tangled up on everything. I'll make sure I leave plenty of... tie it off. Okay, so these are doing pretty good. So that was just a silly story. I guess some of what I said about stay on there, please. Thank you very much. Thought if I kind of like turned it up, I wouldn't lose them as many, but it's okay. Lesson learned. Some are going to fall back off. That's okay. So maybe some of the things I said, it really upset some other people. If that was the case, I did not mean to offend. And for that, I offer you a humble apology. But if you come on to my channel and you go and you leave hateful or negative marks, I will just delete them. And then I promise you, I will say an affirmation for you. You can call it a prayer, you can call it an affirmation, I don't care. But I will say one for you because to come on and just be mean and hateful, well then that person absolutely do need all the help that they can get. So if I need to say an affirmation or a prayer for you, believe me, I will. And I will be more than happy to do so. In a positive light, never in a negative. That, did you see that? Did you see that? Oh, they're coming off now. But did you see that? That was a good spin. That was a good spin. So let me ask you guys something. Have you ever felt the winds of change blowing? Like you know there may be some big changes coming? That's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling like there's some changes that's going to be coming. I don't know what. I feel like they're going to be significant. I just hope they're in a positive way and not in a negative way. But I do feel that definitely change is coming. That's right. It's okay. I'll just pick them up and put them back in for next time. This colorful little disc. They are so pretty. And I have so much still to do to get ready for the Christmas party. So we're doing card exchange and we're having that it's what I wanted to do. There's too many people to buy all presents for. And so we don't do that. But we do have a good dinner together and I'm having ours on Christmas Eve. So Christmas Day, I always used to have my own Christmas Eve, and it's because I had 5 kids. And you know, as kids grow up, they get married and they get in relationships, and then you know, you got to share with another side of a family. And so I would always have my get together Christmas Eve. That way I could, for the most part, get all of my kids and grandkids together when we lived in Ohio. But over the years, the past few years, that started fizzling out as, you know, they started making own plans and things. And so um, after we moved, that first Christmas, it was just us here. Then the second Christmas, Michael and my son Michael and his wife was here with their one daughter, who's now grown and has graduated and has moved on back to Ohio, where her biological father lives. What's that? But anywho, what is that? Anywho. Um, so then last year we had Christmas at my daughter-in-law's brother's house and his new wife here in Florida with them. And so that was Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, I'm holding it here, and all of them are coming. And here's what we're doing. We're having, you know, a turkey dinner, but we are doing a card exchange. So everyone has to create a card. They're supposed to create a card. But if I know my son, one son's not going to participate. That's the youngest. He's like, I don't do that, Mom. He's my youngest, but he's a full adult in his mid-20s, and he's not going to do that. And then my oldest, you know, I told him, I said, I've already created my card, son. How's yours going? He goes, yeah. He goes, mine's done. I told him, I said, now you're supposed to have made it. He goes, I made it. I said, really? Yeah. He goes, I made it all the way to Walmart to pick out the best Hallmark card I could. I said, are you serious? He goes, yep. But his wife made hers. And I just laughed. My husband's designing and making his now. His is comical. Mine's comical too, but I like his. I don't want to say what they are here because look how little we gotten down. I don't want to say what they are in here in case my family sees this. They'll know, because no one's supposed to know what your card is. So you put it in. There's no kids here, so we're going to put it in the envelope, unsigned, and everyone puts a dollar scratch off in there, so everyone has a chance of winning something or nothing at all. Just luck of the draw. And we're going to put them in a basket, blind. No one's going to know what card they get. And then after dinner, we're going to open the cards. And each person's going to take a chance to show their card and read what's in their card. And then we're going to vote. Oh, yeah, and scratch off. And then we're going to vote. And it's going to be the categories I'm thinking of is the most creative, the, the most created, the most traditional, the most spectacular. And what's that sound that it was either Bart Simpson or Homer made? My son would know. It's like oof. Then there's going to be the oof card, and that is where uh, like my son, you made it by making it to Walmart to pick out one, you know? And then whoever, when we vote, there's going to be a small prize for the winner, for the person who has that card. Whoever wins the category, there will be a small prize for the person who received the card and one for the person who made the card. Now, here's the thing. The prize may just be $1 scratch off. It could be maybe a small gift card. It could just be, honestly, it could just be one of them little toy trophies that you get in the birthday section, because it's all in fun. That's what it is. It's all in fun and enjoyment of a holiday. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to have a good dinner. So, yeah, I won't go for, um, my card's is kind of cool, I think, of course, but what can I say? I create it, so maybe I'm a little prejudiced, maybe a little prejudiced. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna get some of this green back in there. We have other colors, but I'm working with these today, and I think I want to get some more of this yellow back in there. But I don't think I'm going to put any more pink this spin out. And so yeah, that's going to be it's going to be funny. It's going to be fun. It's going to be cool. So I still got to put all that together, and I still got to go shopping for the prizes. Last minute gifts are coming in that I've got to get wrapped. So I still have some things to do. So this may very well be the last video I can make until after Christmas, because tomorrow's Friday and I have a lot to get done. And then Saturday I'll be at my store. And then Sunday I'll be at my store. And I don't film on those days. And Monday I'll start cooking and running back through and the house and everything. That's the way I am. I check, double check, and go back and check again. Sometimes it drives people insane. It drives me insane all the time. See, that's pretty. How that's come together, it switches over. It's pretty. I'm not holding it correctly. I wonder if I'm learning to do this correctly now. As you see, when I was first starting out, I was really starting to get a little aggravated with it. The human factor was starting to show. But now it's not so bad. I want to move those down some more. I think I might need to, well, I guess it told me itself. And I need enough to tie off. I think that'll do. It's pretty. So I got this rope made now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it here. put a slip knot to hold that. Slip knot's not going to come out anywhere. So, there. So we got that rope made. Well, let's start another one. And starting to warm up down here. It's December in Florida, 70-something degrees. I heard someone call it December, the Floridian December spring. And I'm like, yeah. It's not the temperature down here in the summer. It does get warm. It really does. But it's not that absolutely does me in. It's the freaking humidity. No one told me about the humidity in Florida. But you know, before I moved here to Florida, I had been here one time before we decided to move. Then we came down with my son and daughter-in-law and was looking, you know, at different places. And then that was the second time I was in Florida. The third time is we made our first trip through to this house. And then the fourth time was the move here. I have never done anything so fast in my life. And that'd be the truth of it. But that's how it worked out. So we came down here in Labor Day. Labor Day, mind you, September. Labor Day weekend. And then by Samhain, Halloween, we're moved in. 900 some miles away, we're moved in. And now, with a little tidbit that we was giving, don't know how accurate it is yet. That could be the winds that change, I'm feeling. Things could be changing up again. And so, yeah. So just keep good thoughts coming our way as this plays out over the course of the next year. This is great news to get for a new year, right before a new year, right before the holidays. But that's what happens whenever, you know, the higher-ups in a corporation changes position. Then someone retires or someone leaves. And then people who worked under them, their heads may be on the chopping block because they put other individuals in that position. That position is supervisor or authority. And then they want to start getting their own people in there and forming their own team. So then they start, you know, letting go, laying off people who's been there. It doesn't matter, you've been there over 16 years. So that might be a situation that we may be facing. Because my husband's boss kind of gave us a heads up. He didn't actually give us a full heads up. He just, from what he said, it kind of, that's what, well, me being analytical, being a Capricorn, that's what I do. I read between the lines. We try to head off trouble as it comes down the road. And then talk with my husband, who's a Pisces. When it rang true to him the same way, it was kind of like, yeah. So we're going to be doing some planning and having a backup plan and put that into action and do what we need to do. And like I said, this could just be nothing at all. We don't know. But if you want to send some good vibes our way, we'd appreciate it. Everyone goes through the highs and lows of life. So we'll see. We will see. But I am not going to let this rock the beginning of 2025. 2025 is going to be a spectacular year. We are going to claim it and enjoy it and live it. And come what may, we will overcome. want to shake these up again. Yeah, there we go. Drop some, but look at that. That's pretty. Okay, we're doing good. Now, should we add more pink? Because we've got the army green and we got some blue. Do we need more blue? Well, the other one's got a lot of blue on it. Oh, it's pretty. That's pretty. Let's see what we got in here. Let's just keep going. I hear someone moving the garbage cans back. So see, it's barely catching it, so I might be needing some more. I think there's enough in there. I think it might be user and not the amount of beads, because there seems to be a good amount in there. Okay. Flipped it anyhow. All right, let's see what we got. So am I doing something here again? Seems like when there's more beads in there, I do good. When there's less, I don't. Let me put these on. There we go. It seems like it's getting a little low. I don't think it is, but who knows? See something. That's not spinning, is it? So we do need add some more in here. So let's add just a little bit more pink. And I'm going to grab another color. Oh, look. Do we want to add this blue? Okay. How about another color? Hold on. We already got some blue in there. Let's try something else. So what shall it be? We've got purples, white. Let's add some purple. So there we go. We'll try some of these. Yeah, flipping them out, but I'll pick them up. That's an interesting combination. Okay. So I think I'll spend a little bit more, then I might end this. And maybe I'll come back on after I get the bracelets made and do an update. But yeah, this is pretty cool. Once I really got the hang of it. So you do have to keep this basin full. It's best. If you have it in there and you keep a good speed, see how those just go on there? But if it has to scrape the bottom to try to pick up the beads, it's not going to. And flipping beads, I guess, is part of the game. That happens, so we can pick them up. How's that going to look next to that? I really like that. That's pretty. Try again. See how it's just picking them up now? Oops, that was on me. Don't know whoever designed these bead spinners. This is pretty cool. The little dog's wanting to go in. My son's getting ready to open the door to let him in. Oops, I flipped those all over, even on me. Okay, so we got a good mix going here now. Let's spin this out some more. I have to remember to keep that in the center, so I'm wondering how much of this was not on film. Awesome. Trying to hurry up, fill this up some, so I can end this video and get in there and get to what I need to get done. But I'd rather stay here and spin, honestly. I so do. When this is working the way it's working now, I absolutely enjoy it. In the beginning, I was so frustrated. It didn't seem like it was picking anything up, and yeah, it was user. It wasn't the equipment. It's easy to blame the equipment, but I checked the beetle. I checked the needle and the bends, and they matched up with brand new ones. You know, we know it's not the little spinner. It spins really easily. And when there's nothing in it and you spin it, it just goes and goes and goes. So we know it's not the spinner. But we've got it. Let me move these out. We've got another nice beaded rope going here. You know, the one over there, it's going to make maybe about 6 to 7. This here may make about 3, maybe 5 so far. That's the reason why I'm trying to bend it out, beat it out a little bit more. But it all don't have to be done at once. I can keep the beads in here and then work on it as I go, you know, when I find time. But I do think I want to make some of these and fill them up on the wall. I know that's not too low yet. I'm not adding any more, so I just want to use up what's in there. Seeing a whole flock of robins. I think those robins, they had the red belly like a robin, out at my bird bath this morning. And it seems like they was waiting one by one to be able to get into it. And I had just filled it up with water yesterday. I just stood at my kitchen window and watched them. And then this one big old chubby bird. And I mean, it was a big old chubby bird. And even my husband and I said, how does that thing fly? It's a little porker. I hope that stayed in. We thought it splashing out all the water because it did not want to get out of there. And then I seen after it finally, I mean, it was in there a good 10 minutes. when it finally got out and flew off, I'm just standing at the kitchen window watching it, drinking my coffee. I seen a smaller bird get in there, and it kind of like it's pecking at the bottom, like, more water, please. And so I got my pitcher and I filled it up and I went out there, and sure enough, it was out of water. That big old bird, it just splashed every bit of it out. 10-minute bath. It was hilarious. So I filled it back up, went back in the house and waited about a half hour. And little birds came back, but my robins didn't. That's okay though. Everyone gets a turn. But we're not by any we're not near big things of water around here. So yeah, you'll see little random bird baths that have water in them. Oh, and while that was going on, I seen a squirrel. And I have no trees in my yard, but I actually seen a squirrel come across the old wooden fence that's literally should fall down. It's not our fence, it's the ones behind us, but I can't do anything about it. A squirrel comes across it, sneaks across the yard, sneaks up the bird bath, and gets it a nice little drink. And this is after I put in the fresh water. And he just sits there on the edge, like a little squirrel bird, and just, I didn't know a squirrel could drink so much water. But I'm glad it's out there. And I know this past summer, as hot as it get, I know they were happy to have that, because I kept it filled with water every day. Little ways of giving back. Okay. That's coming along. Don't know how much more I can get on here. Just what's in there. But I don't want to add any more right now. It's just scraping. Yeah, it's just scraping. Okay. So I think that's good. And I think we have enough. We can end this one right here. I'm going to end it right there. So we have to remove. Okay. Trying to even that up. There we go. Maybe. Close enough. Me unhook this. And I may not be able to get. Whoa, no, you'll tie. No. See what I'm doing here. I smell something. Someone is smoking something. Probably a lot of Christmas cooking's going on early. Maybe, I don't know. You'll see this. When you see this will probably be posted on Christmas Day, maybe. So if that's the case, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. So there's another one that we just did. They are pretty. You gotta admit, they're pretty, but they are loud. But with the little things on it, says Florida and all that, they're perfect. I have poly bags that if I want to change out colors later, I can. If you think I'm going to sit here and go through and put all the purple back in the purple and the blue back in the blue, you got another thing coming. Not doing it. Now let's clean up all the spilled beads. They say don't cry over spilt milk. Does that work for spilled beads too? Of course it does. You just clean them up. That's all you do is you just clean them up. So, yeah, they're everywhere. Attack of the beads. So, that's what the world is that? Oh, look, I feel like a surgeon. A bead, funny bead. Can you believe that? So this, this was fun. This really was a lot of fun. Need to put this back in with these to keep it. And then I'll get paper clips or something to put on each of these. Maybe piece of tape, because I can fold them down and just put a piece of tape. And that will hold all these shut. And oh, I think I got little black rubber bands I can put around them like this, and that will hold them. And then I'm going to create some more, and maybe I'll come back and I'll give you an update on what we've created so far with these. Here's what I don't like. See how that, yeah. But those will look cute hanging out on my door. That's what I'll be doing with them. So, see, that right there is what I'm talking about. I don't like that angled look. But that is cute. And you could stack them if you wanted. Those are cute. Okay, well, that's it for me. If I don't get to make another video, if I don't get to see you again, and this is the last one until after Christmas, I want to say I pray you and yours have a happy and blessed holiday. I pray that, you know, the powers that be shines upon you, smiles upon you, and you find favor. May your families be blessed. May you be blessed. I want to thank you with much love and gratitude for being here with me and enjoying and sharing in my beautiful beaded journey. And that's what it is to me. It is a journey. It's a journey of beads, of learning and discovering. And it's a beautiful journey, especially when it brings me so much joy and it allows me to share things with you. And on occasion, with the comments you leave, you share things back with me. And so when that notification goes off and I can jump on it and see that someone's left a comment, I'm so excited. It's like having friends that, meeting new friends for the first time, I should say. And yeah, and viewers give me ideas. A viewer gave me an idea of making a lanyard for glasses, and we made one, and it turned out absolutely beautiful. And I kept that for myself, by the way. And I want to make some more of those, and we done that with the spinner. So we have much ahead, as far as beading goes and ideas. I want to make purse charms and keychains, and we just did the dangly bookmarks. Actually, we done 3 videos on that. One, we done out just a radical bead mix, and then one we done out of remnants of Jesse James beads. I think that one aired today. And then one that will be coming up is one for a Christmas gift, with a vintage book. So yeah, we've made those. Another thing is coming up. We're going to be getting into making some stick pens. We'll be making more beads for the bead wall and designing more bracelets and things. We're going to be making more bracelets for the bracelet wall, and then get into designing more bracelets, because that's what I find out I sell the most is the earrings and the bracelets, and not absolutely ones that are in sets that match. People know what they like. And something that I thought was cool, like the radical beaded bracelets, and I thought, oh, these are just going to fly. Well, they're slow moving. They're moving, but they're very, very slow on moving. And then items I thought, well, this is going to hang around for a while. So quickly, the very weekend I put them in. So you never know. So we have much ahead, much to learn, much to discover, much to share. And to have you here on this journey with me is the best part of the whole journey. So, as I said, may the Spirit shine upon you and yours. May you have a very blessed holiday season. Um, and stay forever magical, my friends, and blessed be.